Oh, that background's not as perfectly see-through as I might like, but we're up. G'day everybody out there in Twitchland. Welcome to my Monday evening stream. Monday evening stream means we're going to talk about the rugby before we start with anything. Well, I wonder if I can do this. Let's mess with some stuff just real quick while yeah, let's see if I can pull this off. Let's talk about the rugby from this weekend. And first up, we're going to start with the Highlanders versus the Hurricanes, which was the game that mattered to me most of all this weekend. And it went fine, right? Let's actually make that full screen. Look, it's the Crusaders, and the Crusaders are always good. The Hurricanes were not bad. They were just not good enough at the end of the day to beat the Crusaders, who had one year where they were in this rebuilding mode, and then they're back on everything. Like, it's Crusaders, they're good. Scott Barrett did his job this week, which has not been great the last few weeks, and I've been down on him. Their 10 was solid. Our 10 was lackluster. Man, if Godfrey's not available, I think we should put Love in at 15. I'm sure we could find somebody else to go into the back three. Kenny Hollow was not great either. But you know, at the end of the day, the Crusaders, they beat us by 7 points, and it's just kind of the way it goes. We can't afford it. We can't afford to be losing games like that. The Crusaders are top of the table, though, so people are losing a Crusader. This guy here, Manu, is fantastic. He's a great find. He is the Asafo Amour of 2025. There's this hooker that has come kind of out of nowhere and is really excellent. Not only did we lose, they had double yellow cards at one point. That was commitment. That right there. Kenny Holo was not prepared to get hurt grabbing that ball, and James O'Connor was. And that, to me, was the whole game in a nutshell right there. Kenny Holo sort of shied away. It was a game of chicken. And James O'Connor won and got a try, and that was how much they won by. Like, that was the whole game. We lost at a game of chicken, and one try, and that was the difference between the two teams. And it's disappointing more than anything. They weren't bad; they just weren't good enough on the day. And then that, like, they just sort of watched the ball, and they didn't play to the. Like, they thought maybe it had gone forward, so they just all, stepped off. Pretty sure it was this game. One of the games this weekend, and I'm pretty sure it was this game, there were 2 yellow cards. It actually might have been the Waratahs game. 2 yellow cards at one point, so they were playing 13 against 15 at one point. Actually, I don't think it was this game. Just so much disappointment. It could have been ours. The Crusaders were not fantastic, but they were good, and the Hurricanes were not good enough to beat them. It was not Crusaders old, but it was solid, and well done the Crusaders for a good win. Next game up was the Waratahs Chiefs. Holy buckets! The Waratahs versus the Chiefs. Was crazy. That should have been like a shoo-in. Waratahs Chiefs should have been the Chiefs all day long. and they messed up. Damian McKenzie dropped the ball 6 times, and when Damian's not on, then the Chiefs are not at their best, and they just got like beat the shit out of. Really got beat up by the Waratahs. The Waratahs had 2 tries disallowed. Both of them were legitimately disallowed. They were ruled something was wrong, and it was ruled as such, as appropriately. So, but that one error back in the play did not negate the fact that the Chiefs then got beaten to the line, and they were just outdone, and they were just super lucky a couple of times to be able to go back several phases and say this one error happened, so the whole try is disallowed, because they were categorically beaten, and the Chiefs were not on, not at all, and I don't know what to put it down to. The Waratahs were good and the Chiefs were not. Oh, this was the one in the pissing rain in Sydney. It was wet. It was very wet, and it doesn't show it in these highlight packages here, but it was wet. And so some excuse for drop balls, but Damian McKenzie, like your star, like the star of all stars, putting the ball down, like he dropped the ball the first 6 times he touched the ball. It was not good enough. Yeah, Chiefs got beat up real bad. The Waratahs didn't get a bonus point victory. It was 3 tries to 2, but that flatters the Chiefs so much. And then we had the Blues, Moana Pacifica. Moana Pacifica, I didn't understand what happened here. I do not know why you rest your star player in not your star player, I suppose, because they've got Artie on their team as well. But this young 10, Pellegrini, who has just been come out of nowhere. No, he hasn't come out of nowhere. He's been around the traps. He's played all over the world, but he's coming off the bench. They played Jackson Garden Bishop at 10, and I don't know that it would have made a difference, but Pellegrini certainly made a difference when he did come off the bench, and Moana Pacifica just got beaten by the Blues. It was a good game to watch, but disappointing. Actually, that's probably sums up most of the games from this weekend. The Blues 36, Moana Pacifica 17. I'm pretty sure the Blues got a bonus point out of that. I didn't watch the Highlanders Drua game down there in Dunedin. This is one that I skipped over. But the Highlanders at home in Dunedin under the roof got a bonus point victory. They got 3 or more tries more than the Drua. The Drua, I don't know. The Drua don't travel well. I don't think they've won an away game at all this year. Nareki looking good there. Oh, and the new kid out on the wing, debutant there, I believe, scored a try or 2 and did really good. So well done the Highlanders. The Drua disappointing. It's funny, the Drua are a one nation team, so that's Fiji. So they all get to be together. They've got a real home. Moana Pacifica are a team that's made up of all the Pacific Islands that don't have other representation. So you've got your Samoas, your Tongas, your Rarotongas, Cook Islands, all of that sort of. And they're all based in Auckland, because Auckland is actually the largest population of any of those countries, of any of those nationalities is in Auckland, New Zealand anyway. There's more people there than are back home. So it makes sense for Moana Pacifica to have an Auckland-based team, but there's still this kind of hodgepodge. This year they've been really good. It was a shame they couldn't put 3 in a row, but only like a third of all the teams playing in this year's competition have managed to put 3 wins together in a row. So that's it's that surprising that Moana Pacifica weren't able to pull it off. Yep, Highlanders, you're just too good for the draw in down there in Dunedin. Final score 43 to 20, and a bonus point for the Highlanders. Then there was this big game, the Brumbies and the Reds. The Reds were the top Australian team in the competition. They were sitting not top of the table, but they were right at the top. The Crusaders and Chiefs were 1 and 2, and they've got 4 Australian teams making up 3 through 6, which is the important numbers. So all 4, there are only 4 Australian teams, so all 4 Australian teams. And the force of the bottom of the Australian teams, I believe the Brumbies were second to bottom. Out of 4, that's not that big a deal. But the Reds were number 1, and they were expected to win at home against the Brumbies. And they're good. Like, the Reds are good this year, but the Brumbies just wore them down. Back to the Moana Pacifica game, Auckland just smothered them. They didn't allow them to play their game, which is exactly what you've got to do. You've got to impose your game plan on the other team, and Auckland, the Blues absolutely did that to Moana Pacifica, and just stopped their ability to be able to play their game and score their tries, and have this sort of loose, rangy, out on the on the tram lines kind of in the 15-meter spaces outside the middle of the field. And so the Blues dominated that game and did well, and I think that bodes well for the Blues going forward this year. We probably see them getting the hang of putting their stamp on the game and getting better at it, and so probably the back end of their season is better than the start of their season, which it has to be, because the start of their season was atrocious. So they now are, I think, tied with the Hurricanes at 8 played and 3 wins, so 3 and 5. Hurricanes are ahead on points differential at the moment, but it's close. Anyway, Reds Brumbies game, it was a good game. But at the end of the day, the Brumbies were too strong for the Reds. There is Ryan. Just look at that interplay, and there goes Toole into the corner for a great score. Like, they're talking to each other, they know each other, they trust each other, they did a great job. Brumbies did a great job, and so that really shakes up the Australian table. We've got a bunch of New Zealand-Australia games coming up, so I anticipate that we get a 3-3 split in the top 6 coming up soon, but we will see. These games, right? Like, so you have go back. If you have the Reds Brumbies, the Reds were on top. They get nothing out of this weekend, because the Brumbies beat them by more than 4 points, more than 7 points. So the Reds didn't move, which means that if you have a domestic derby, somebody's going to get 4 points and somebody's not going to move, and so you can't both move up the table at the same time when that happens. As a result, we have this weekend, the Crusaders have moved into the top because they won their game. They're now 1 point ahead of the Chiefs, who lost their game. The Brumbies beat the Reds and leapfrog them, land on the same points, 23 points, but go ahead on points differential. Waratahs and 4 make up the top 6. The Highlanders are on 17 points, less than 4 points. 4 points. Hey, Croak, good evening. 4 points being the the amount that you score in the competition for a win in on the weekend's game. So the Highlanders less than 4 points out of the top 6. Hurricanes and Blues tied up on 16 at 4 points out of the top 6. So next weekend we have the Hurricanes versus the Force. If the Hurricanes win that, the Force stay exactly where they are. The Hurricanes go on to 20 points as well and go ahead on points differential. So that immediately pushes into this 3-1 split. And then I don't know what else is happening with the games next weekend. I got the Chief Force. Sorry, that can't be right. That's not right. We got the Force Hurricanes next weekend. Chiefs Highlanders. So one of those teams will get 4 points, and the other one will get none, give or take 1. Moana Pacifica Brumbies, Drua Waratahs, Crusaders Blues. That could be a very interesting game. A resurgent Blues up against a Crusaders team who is looking solid at the moment. It's in Christchurch, so home ground advantage for the Crusaders. We'll see how that one goes. It probably is decisive for the Blues season, whatever happens here in this game. If they can't win this one, they've still got, I don't know what their run home looks like. I don't know like what the Blues games looks like. They got next week here, they've got the Reds, then they got the Force, then they got the Drua, then they got Moana Pacifica again. The Blues run home looks really good. They get 2 buys. The season has 2 buys in it. Blues aren't playing week 15. Week 16, they're up against the Waratahs. The Blues have no more derby games for the rest of the season. This Crusaders Blues game this weekend is the last time the Blues will play a New Zealand team for the rest of the season. That's wild, and that certainly means that the back end of their season looks like the opportunity for more points than the average would be. So I take that back when I say that this could spell the course of their season, this game. Yeah, no, that's not true. I think it will be disappointing for the Blues if they win this, if they lose this weekend coming up. But can absolutely turn their season around beyond that. So, Force Hurricanes in Perth this weekend coming up. I think that the Hurricanes will get back in the saddle. I don't know what the state of Harry Godfrey's injury is. I sure hope he's back. It makes a big difference. But I think they have the cattle to do it. Chiefs Highlanders. Well, the Chiefs have looked lackluster in their last 3 halves. Remember, they played the Moana Pacifica last week, like a week ago, not just this weekend. They lost this weekend against the Waratahs, and then a week ago, they comprehensively lost the second half to Moana Pacifica. So hopefully they can get it right. The Highlanders have a traditionally performed very well when traveling to Hamilton, so we'll see how that goes. Moana Pacifica at home to the Brumbies. That could be a fun game. That one sort of has a flip of the coin. It's either going to be terrible. Crow, you like my big head? With green screen's not very not very gone. I maybe need to do some work on getting the alpha on that one right. But yeah, I've got a new background here for streaming some Astroneer. So we'll talk about some rugby here for a little bit with the big head, and then we'll switch back to a little bit more normal, but a new layout nonetheless. Then we have Drua Waratahs. Drua at home. They play better at home. The Waratahs just won a game they probably didn't expect to win, which makes it harder to back up. I am going to say the Drua will win that one at home. After some bad performances, they'll go home and they'll they'll feel better about life and put on a good performance. Crusaders Blues. Oh, I'm picking the Chiefs here at home against the Highlanders. We'll see how it goes. Yep. We'll see how it goes, but it could go either way. But I am picking the Chiefs. I'm just not sure about that at all. I'm not sure about any of these games, actually. There is not one game that I feel confident about calling a winner on. I'm picking the Hurricanes. I'm picking the Chiefs. Picking the picking Moana Pacifica. Picking the Drua. And I'm picking the Blues in the Crusaders Blues game, but I am not confident about any of those games. I would not put money on them. So that is my Super Rugby roundup for week number 9 of a season of, was it 16 weeks. So we're past the halfway point now. It's all downhill from here, and good luck to the teams out there. We'll talk about more next week, starting off with the Force Hurricanes game. Come on, boys, come on. We kind of need this one. Yeah, we kind of need this one. All right, so I got Astroneer installed twice. I got to pick the one that is the Xbox one, because that's the one I'm playing on. Steam one is ready to go as soon as I have either finished this DLC or I got somebody to play with who I'm Steam friends with, so. Alright, the head is a little less disembodied now. Alright, where were we at? We are here on the Glitchwalkers, and I didn't leave myself notes. Hey Alicia, do you remember what I said was the plan at the end of the last stream? I haven't had background music on for a while. I put together a new playlist that I'm kind of liking. Crow, is it overwhelming? How's the background music volume? There's not much in the way of game sounds to... Unless you, like, want to hear the wind turbines going. Got it. Use a counter-hack key Delta at the Delta Gateway Terminal. Okay, well that means that the mission, the main store, the story here says that I need to get to the Delta Gateway. Can I get a rover going? Exochips. I haven't seen any sign of any exochips, so I can't build a large rover. And I don't think a medium rover has the ability to connect, either a either a paver or a drill, but not both. So if I'm going to make my way over to another one of these storms, I don't really want to be worrying about oxygen the whole way and laying out paths and all of that. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Plastic and rubber. That means I'm going to need to build a chemical factory. Need something to place it on. Some space there. Need some more resin. Well, there's resin here, but it's not very dense. Large rover would be a plan, but it requires some materials that I have seen no sign of being available on this location. So we're going to flag that for the moment. If I find some crates with exo chips in them, then I will change my opinion about that, because I'd rather have a large rover. Much better plan when you can attach both a drill and a paver to it. You can just run all over the place without having to think about where you're going, or you go straight to your destination without any additional concerns. And given that I got to travel all over the planet, sorting out these storms, being able to just go straight there without having to worry about terrain negotiation along the way would be great. How much resin have I got? Got 6. It's really not enough for all of that work, but there you go. Is what it is. It is enough. Oh, and I still have the problem of access to organics. I have not found any organics that I can grow yet. I need the organics to power the generators. Now I need a chemistry station. Ceramic, glass, and tungsten. I got tungsten? Tungsten, yes. Titanium, no. I can hear my wife laughing her head off in the next room, and it is the most beautiful, no, maybe the second most beautiful sound in the world. Hearing your baby laugh is even better, but I love hearing my wife laugh. And she loves comedy, and so that works out great for both of us. Hunt for materials is ongoing and never ending in Astroneer. There's no good way to source materials along, like, for the long haul. Alright, let's build a chemistry lab. Alright, let's get this chemistry factory down. Chemistry lab down. And we want to build rubber, which is going to be organic. And resin. What did I say I was going to build? It was rovers, wasn't it? Rovers. Now the chemistry factory is down, I can produce the items that I need to make a rover. Medium rover is going to require 2 plastic and 1 rubber, and I want to make at least 3 of those, 3 medium-sized rovers, which will be all sort of trained together. In a train, like a choo-choo. So it means I'm going to need, was it 6 plastic or 6 rubber? Two plastic, 1 rubber. So if I'm going to make 3, I need 3 rubbers and 6 plastics. I could move my, my research station. Take advantage of some of these research spawns that are out here in the wild that are pretty good. Pretty good. What's the goal currently? The goal is we need to get over to the Storm Delta and collect some research data from there to unlock the next firewall, which is stopping us from getting to the center of the the core of the planet. Which is a whole process that I gotta go through to get to that point, because I really need better transportation to be able to pull that off. And so better transportation is what I'm working on right now. For better transportation, I can't build the large rovers. We lack some of the resources for that. So we're building a train of medium rovers. So that means generating some chemicals, plastic and rubber. Managing the production style side of things while we do that. So looks like I need to worry a little bit about storage at the moment as well. Yes, I am the Astroneer. Alright, see how we're going here. We should have enough to build a rover now. At least the first one. Gotta worry about powering them. Hence the blue screen, yes. If I did it right, I've tied it to, I've tied it into this as well.
Whoa, whoa. Oh la la!
Built a whole thing around it. It should work with channel points redemptions as well. Should all go smooth and great. We'll see. Do I need to build? Let's get this slot all together, a little away from the base. Put a paver on that to start with. So a medium rover has space to put the paver on the front, or the drill on the front, but not both. A large rover has 2 spaces on the front, and I can put both of them on there, which is a huge advantage. build a seat for the rover. That's compounds. We've got the portable smelter. There we go, there's a drivable vehicle. Needs power. Gonna need storage. I'm going to need to print a soil container. Medium fluid and soil container. Also gonna need one for some organic material so I can keep the generator powered. If I'm just using it for traversal, I think that's probably all I need. Was I short on there? Compound. The medium fluid and resource containers are relatively simple. They are going to require plastic and glass. The plastic is just going to use this compound, which I'm gathering up here right now. And the glass, I already have enough quartz to smelt to make the glass. So those are pretty straightforward. Need a soil container so that I can build up a supply of aggregate to be able to use with the paver. It's got to have something to lay down to be able to make its bridges out of. I need a materials container to gather up the organics that we suck up as we're going along. Because those are going to need to be smelted into carbon, which will run the generator. The generator will power the whole shebang. Got everything there. Glass. And then, of course, I'm going to need to put the ruby on it as well. And make that portable decipher. Now, nothing I'm putting on there needs a large. So I actually am good to go with... to put this, one of these on there. Which takes my large space, one large space, and makes it into 4 mediums instead. That way I can make sure I've got all the space I need for all the stuff. Might mean that I can run less. Run less trailers as well, which should help. It might help in the amount of power that it consumes. It will definitely help in its maneuverability. You're gonna have to manually switch between a paver and a paver and a drill. I have to make a drill. Do I have an portable smelter? Is that something that I can make? I'd only have one of those. Might only have the one that I got as a reward. Can't make it, so I'm going to have to take that one, which is unfortunate. Fluid container is going to have to go on the front because it can't move stuff from front to back. It can only move power. Ruby... go there. The wind power that's going to live with Ruby inside the storm goes right there. That is where we'll store the decipher materials. The decipher. Let's make a decipher. Decipher. Portable decipher was something that I unlocked the recipe for, wasn't it? Item, portable smelting furnace, but not a schematic for it. Schematic for a beacon and for Ruby. And a schematic for a portable decipher. Okay, I didn't see it. Is it on the medium printer? There it is. Oh, it requires Alpha Storm data, and I researched all of my Alpha Storm data. That's okay. I can live with that. And it requires tungsten, which I don't have any tungsten left. But I do have wolframite. Thanks, Alicia. My green screen is not the fanciest. It's a thin piece of material on one of those frames, like a circular frame that you can like twist so that it goes from being a big circle. Let me get it into the camera. Big circle to a little. You twist it, and it becomes a little circle, like a triple layered little one big circle or a triple layered little circle. And it's quite translucent, so the material with a bit of backlight completely changes color. It's dark in here now. Actually, I should turn. Hey Google, turn the streamer background off. She's lost control of the streamer background again. Oh, no, she hasn't. It's gone. Good. It's reasonably good. It's not terrible. And then that circle, that big circle, is strapped over the back of my chair. So I'm leaning on it. And it goes up above my head, up there, and just a little bit out to the sides. It's like twice shoulder width behind me. Could find myself in some trouble. Here, if I were to crash this thing. Alright, so these generators here are going to use up the last of the organics. Man, I need to find an organics automation. I've not seen any of the automatable organics yet. Now, that said, nothing's running. Nothing's running at all, so we'll probably be okay just living on the wind and solar that is here on the base. There's not a huge amount of it, but there's enough probably to keep it going. So to get a portable decipher, the first thing I'm going to need is to go into the Alpha Storm. Let's drive our little wagon over here. That is definitely better than the tractor, much more stable. Oh, don't fall off the edges. Alright. think I got a decipher. I got one of the Alpha Storm data pieces there. It's too close. Let's get out. Let's just get away from the storm here. Oh no! All falling off the edge. Oh no, it's gonna pull me down. If I stop accelerating, the thing just drags me down. I guess we're going down there. I guess we're going all the way down there. Or maybe not. Maybe we're just stuck here now. I'm hanging in no man's land. And therein lies the difficulty involved in getting around in a vehicle in Astroneer. The lack of, like, total control. Also illustrates the advantage. I made this path just narrow enough for the tractor. It was really too narrow to go playing with the with a medium rover in it. The advantage of a large rover where you don't have to carry trailers and you can fit both a paver and a drill on the front at the same time and not worry about anything. Just turn them both on and go. Alright, so the medium rover is built. Let's see what we've got here now. I should have, hanging out on the back of this thing over here, an Alpha Storm data. So now I need a tungsten. And there's a tungsten. I should be able to produce a portable decipher. Here. Oh, the portable decipher is... Is that something you wish you could build, or you wish for? The large rover? The large rover is something that you can build, but because of the material requirements for the large rover, you can't build it here in this DLC, or I haven't found the stuff that I would need to be able to build it here in this DLC that I'm playing. So I'm outside of the normal world, and there are some of the things that are just not available, which is frustrating, but hey, that's life. I've got nowhere to put this. Bother. I'm short. I'm going to have to put another large storage on the back trailer as well. have I thought of scouting other planets? In the DLC, I don't get to go to other planets. There's only one planet available in the DLC mission. Once you sort of start this mission, you're stuck on this one planet where the content is happening. I really like the main game, and yes, in the main game, you have to, like, nothing is available on any one planet. Not all things are available on any one planet. You have to move between planets to pick up different pieces of what you need, and you sort of build on. The starter planet has the basic resources that allow you to get to the next planet, and the next planet has the stuff that allows you to, like, improve your life just a little bit and get to the planet after that, and so forth. So, actually, that is what's most challenging about the hardcore mode, which is what I'm going to be picking up next, and that is that you start on one of the later planets, which means you don't have access to, or at least easy access to, those basic things that are available on the starter world. They're there, but you got to fight for them. So that is what we're looking forward to in upcoming weeks. For right now, though, we're here dealing with the DLC, and we're working to get to the center of, to the core of this planet, which I keep thinking is Areola, but it's not Areola. That's just my messed up head. It is... Elouz. A-E-O-L-U-Z. Elouz. Aeolas. Anyway. So we're stuck on Aeolas, and instead of moving around the solar system, which is sort of what you do in the main game, this is, you need to get to the core of this one planet, and you have firewalls to unlock on the way. You get blocked. You can't just go straight to the core. You can't just dig a hole straight down. You've got to unlock the things along the way. So that is what we're working on, is the unlocking of the firewalls. This whole thing is happening within a training instance, a virtual training instance that has been hacked by a bad guy by the name of, with the hacker name of Blitz. There goes my Black Russian. I'm close to being ready to go. I need to have a place to store the drill, and then I need to make a drill. So let's make a storage place here. I need a lot of organic to get the storage seated with. The storage absolutely has to store organics and must not store anything else. But it will store, if the organics get down to 0, then it will store whatever it happens to come across next, after the organics are gone. So I have to fill it up with enough organics at the start that we don't ever get down to 0. The organics are what power the generator. The organics get smelted. We also have a wind turbine on there just for a little bit of brace. Found an article online that listed what they determined as the most important grunge albums year by year through the eras of the grunge. And I made a playlist out of that. Like full albums, not just the radio stuff, and I'm really enjoying it. Let's put the paver over here. I need to run the drill more than I run the paver. The paver is only necessary when I'm bridging. Normally I need to run the drill because the drill is what will suck up some dirt so that I've got some stuff to bake bridges with, but it will also be the thing that will make it will also be the thing that sucks up... Oh, dear. The thing that sucks up organics. Can I do this? Oh, I can. I can drive from there. Oh, baby! That's so awesome! I love it. I love it. Nah, it's still not gonna work for me, though. It's not what I need. I love that I can drive it from here. Oh, I can't drive it from there. I can enter it, but I can't drive it because it's not active. It's worth a shot. I don't know how this is going to work. Going to have to... I'm going to have to manually jump out. I'm going to have to jump out and manually pick up the organics as we go along. And load them into this canister here. Because the drill on the front here is going to fill the soil canister, but it's not going to be able to pass the organics back to the next trailer. And that can go on the back there. Wait, it did, it just filled this up. I don't have any more organic for it to do it again, but it totally did just fill up something that I didn't think it was able to fill up. Did I missee that? It shouldn't be able to pass things between the trailers. Unless that's a special feature of the medium where the tractor couldn't do it. So for the firewalls, what I need to get the storm data. So the 3 storms in turn. So I've got the alpha one done. Next, I've got to do the delta. And once I've done the delta storm and deciphered the materials in it, did. That just handed off. The carbon from this trailer to this trailer. I didn't think that was possible, and that would change. Well, that would be great, but I don't. Like, we'll see if I can gather. It's not doing it for everything, though. It is doing it from the smelt from the furnace. It's handing off from the furnace. Why did the furnace not pick up this organic here? The problem with that is the storage handing it back to the generator when it needs it. Let's put these over there. Wait and see. Alright, so the next thing I need is a drill. And we'll see this generator, whether it starts pulling carbon off this side. Let's see what we've got for drills. Titanium alloy? Can't make titanium alloy. I can make tungsten carbide, but I can't make titanium alloy. I haven't found any titanium yet. Hopefully, as I work my way down past the firewalls, that's how I get to additional materials. So right now I need to make a drill strength 1, which is going to be tungsten carbide, tungsten and carbon, and ceramic. Tungsten carbide. Let's start with that one. So, tungsten carbide, oh, ceramic. Carbon, not a... Somehow in my head, I conflate carbon and ceramic all the time. Alright. So we're gonna make tungsten carbide. And then once I have the tungsten carbide out of the chemical lab, we're gonna put them together in the printer to make a strength 1 drill bit. And then we should be ready to go. I need to reload. Should I make another storage unit for that? Or the carbon? Yeah, I think I should. And that's going to require a plastic and a glass. A plastic is going to require an organic and a compound. Is that right? Something like that. Plastic, carbon, and a compound. So we cooked organic and a compound. Tier 1 drill is done, relatively straightforward. It's not a good drill. But it'll get us started. Need a carbon and a compound for the plastic, and a carbon just means cooking some organic, so there's lots of that laying around. Just go ahead and grab some of that, throw it in the smelter. Compounds all over the place. Throw that in the in the chemistry lab. Short on power at the moment. Ah, okay, so that answers that question. That is a little frustrating. The smelter for some reason hands off from the middle trailer to the back trailer when it completes a carbon, but then the back trailer doesn't hand those carbon off to the medium generator when it's out. So definitely we're going to need this plastic and glass so that we can make a storage for the carbon, so we can keep it all on the number 1 unit, or the number 2 really. Alright, all the spaces on my vehicle are full. The organics container has no organics in it, and I have to prime that, otherwise it will pick up. No, it won't pick up. I don't have to prime that. I will prime that. But it won't pick up things that are... I don't think it will pick up things that are picked up by the drill, because they happen on the front unit, the front trailer, the tractor, and they appear to be only able to pass resources. Nope, they only be able to pass power from front to back. So there you go. That should. Well, there's no point priming that because it will just keep filling the compound. Not the compound, it will just keep filling the... That's delta there. That's the delta symbol. Okay, so let's turn on the drill. Alright, we're getting here into a whole bunch of organics, and... oh, it's throwing it back. It is. Alright, let's jump out and take a look at what's going on. It hasn't left a whole bunch of organics laying around. They have moved... where have they gone? They've gone back there. That's weird. But okay, we'll take that. It's better than a kick in the teeth. Alright, there we go. There's our first... man, this is highly inefficient. But, we have a... oh, it's all the way at the back. That's additionally inefficient. Extra inefficient. Alright, we'll move that back to there, we put that on there, go ahead, and now we're paving. Swapping the head. No, I dropped the... Ooh-wee. This was going to be the... This is the better way to get to the location? Oh, Jasper, I don't know, man. Seems pretty inefficient. What's the next step? Well, the next step is just to get to this, the next storm here. Gotta run that paving all the way up the very edge. Now we're just making our way slowly because of the constant switching between the drill and the paver. Towards the storm. That's what I need to do for quick repairs, is to get up and do it by hand. So, one of the advantages of the large rover is that you just go in straight lines. I'm going to continue, I'm going to have to continue, like, picking my path like I would if I was on foot a little bit, but I think I can manage to be more efficient. Green storm, as long as I can keep this, the nose of this thing just a fraction, oh wait, that's satellite. I've not seen any saprolite up to now. Saprolite is the raw resource that we would smelt for zinc. So that's the first zinc that I've managed to find, and I got two of them. Is this thing filling up? No, it's got no nuggets of organic in them. They are falling out. gonna grab this sapphire because we haven't had any up until now, so it's valuable. Five nuggets. That'll do. Oh, wait. That there is the icon for an exo crate, which means I might be able to make a large rover, maybe, in my future. However, exo crates require dynamite to open them up. And I don't currently have the facility to make look. This is a crashed unit here. With some luck, it's got some dynamite in it. It's got some helium in it. And some tungsten carbide. I can make tungsten carbide, so that is less valuable than the helium, although I don't know if helium's available on this planet. I didn't set up a gas extractor yet. I think it's enough to know that they exist at the moment, and I'll keep working my way towards the target storm. Oh, we fell in a hole. Being below the surface is not helping me. I need those organics. falling in a hole in a cave there was not helpful, but we're back at the surface now. And we're in a new biome, and there's interesting things here. I need to, like, have a better look around, because the biomes appear to have different resources, rather than the planets having different resources, which is... What is that? Is that a crash-landed spaceship? It is. Anything interesting in that one? Diamond? Yeah, I'll take that. I don't care what I have to give up. I will take that. I'll give up some sapphire for diamond. Helium. What I already got. Okay, so this is a new biome, and this new biome had sapphire, and it's had some crash-landed stuff which has got random resources in it, and it's also had some exo crates in it. The research here, the natural resources, researching the natural resources is less productive though. So that's good. Where we started out had some resource problems, but the research values were high. These research values are much more like you might expect to see on Sylvia. Alright, Storm, coming for you. Frustrating to have to keep stopping to load up the organics, but at least we found a way to not have to switch back and forward between the paver and the drill constantly. You could probably get by with just the drill, and that might have saved some space and some... Look at all that sapphire there. Whoa! This land is a little less smooth than the last biome, and that is where the paver really comes in handy. I hope I've got everything ready for the storm once we get there. It'll be a pain to have to go back and get something, but at least we'll have like a pre-prepared path, as long as I haven't left any messes. There's another exo thing, so yes, if I can get some dynamite from somewhere, I can build a large rover. There's enough exo crates around for sure. What is that? Is that a new aggressive plant? No, it's just a plant. What do we got over here? That's wolframite. What have you got, sir? What have you got? Heathers, curious item, floodlight, nothing I need. Ah, look, that's clay. Wait, where's my car? Ooh, I found clay. I don't need clay anymore. I am producing. Producing's not quite the right word. Why do you keep putting those things over here? Alright, see the storm now. New biome. Let's head over this direction because I see some leftover base materials here. Oh, we have canyons now. Great. Ah, a battery. Grab that for sure. Oh, I wonder... I should be looking around here to see if I can find, in these new biomes, the type of plants that you can use to generate organics with. Lots of wolframite. Is there anything else usable here? There's a solar panel there. I have no space for a solar panel though, do I? No, I don't. The rest is all garbage, nothing else is usable here. So, my question for myself is, do I make my way to the bottom of the canyon and then up the other side? Or do I try and bridge all the way across? And I think I go down and then up. That's my take on this. We're in exploration mode rather than resource management mode right at the moment. we're in our tractor and we're tractor with a trailer, which is really hard to turn around. Play there is interesting considering how hard I looked for that earlier, but there was none available in the biome that I was in, so uh-oh. I feel like I've come down too steeply now. I've missed the floor of the canyon. Oh, that's graphite. I don't need it, but that was an interesting find just there. There we go. There's the floor of the canyon. And there's clay and wolframite all over the place. Leave lots of those behind me, I'm sure. Right, angle up. Quartz. Nothing I'm particularly worried about. I hope I haven't got too far from the tractor because I'm running out of oxygen. Running out of oxygen. Shoo, there we go. Keep my canisters that are in my backpack full so that I can build bridges as by hand as necessary. We are at the Delta Storm Peaks. That is the region we're in, so we're close. Digging through some very hard rock here. Oh, that's ammonia. We need ammonia for... Oh, I'm in the middle of the storm. In the storm. Which makes visibility difficult. Oxygen levels become a problem when I'm in the storm for too long. That is definitely worth keeping a close eye on. The storm corrupts. Nope, that's bad. Oh shit, that's a problem. No, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Because... Oh no! Oxygen levels not good. Not good. I should have built my shelter just outside the storm. I had it there and everything. So the truck provides oxygen, but when the truck is parked inside the storm, then you can't get oxygen from it. Alright, make myself a whole bunch of tethers. And go chasing off after where I left my truck. Well, that was a big mistake. Big mistake. That's okay, we've laid out the path. All I have to do is run a tether line from base to there. Resource-wise, I think we're okay at the moment. We just got to get this this storm data collected up without dying. Now that said, if I can find sulfur, I'm not sure what else I need to be able to make the dynamite so that I can open up some of these exo crates. And if I can open up some of these exo crates, then I can make a large rover, and that will make life a little bit easier. We do have some additional requirements this time, so because of the nature of the storm challenge and what that mechanic looks like in the DLC. So I might still need to make a trailer of one size or another. Marker says there's compound down here. Oh, there it is. Look, there is some. I was about to argue with it, but there it is. No worries. Crow, how's your evening going, sir? I got my annual with my doctor tomorrow. Resting you back from the day's work. Rest is good. Weather is certainly changing. Is business picking back up? Yeah, don't expect any problems at all. Time to get my my prostate-specific antigen checked. All us old fellas gotta get that checked regularly for prostate cancer. Still cleaning up from the big ice storm. Crazy, crazy, man. Yeah, getting old, man. Happens to the best of us. And me. Yep. And my dad had prostate cancer. It was no big deal. I'm much more worried about the melanoma he just got cut out of his shoulder than about the prostate cancer, but you got to be aware of it. Oh, look at that. I just ran out. Your brother too? Man. Yeah, it's... she's out there. He loves to tell the story about how he went into the place where they were gonna deal with the situation and how that all went. Quite the tale. To hear him tell it, you'd think that there were 7 guys all lined up on a factory production line, all with their legs in their ear, getting shot in the taint with these uranium pellets, but nonetheless, a successful insertion of the radioactives that dealt with the cancer, and he is been clear. You know, one time, no problems with it since or after or anything. Just like they found the problem, they did the treatment, and that was it. That's the end of the story. We're in the storm peaks now. Before I cross actually into the storm itself, ammonia is particularly useful in the game if you're traveling between planets. I don't know how much use it has in a game where you don't have any interplanetary travel. I'm going to put a field shelter. I'm going to dig out a little cave, and then I'm going to put a field shelter inside it. Now that should allow me, oh, I hadn't even thought about that, that will generate oxygen as well, so I can run out of the storm, because it's really hard to back the truck out of the storm. The trailer is, well, it's only attached by a cable, so you've got no control over it. I'm not good at backing trailers up, but you've got even less than that, because there's nothing fixed. There's no like solid anything there. Now get out of here. Doesn't help that I can't see much here in this weather either. Thanks, Alicia. That's a very weird thing to have you say to me. I guess that's our new reality. I appreciate it anyway. Okay, I got the truck outside the storm. Let's see if I can get my stuff back now. Ah! No! I died again! Ah! That's frustrating. That's funny, but me dying again, that's frustrating. Just friends checking in. Alright, I've laid out the path. We got tethers all the way. I don't need to mess around with anything. I just run all the way there. The weird thing is that the field shelter was not in my backpack, or at least I didn't see it there, and that was decidedly odd. I wonder whether I need to get to the surface outside of the storm itself. So it will briefly untether. You can untether. Because there's this on the top of the backpack there. You see that that blue thing there on the very top of the backpack. That will that contains oxygen. So when you step away from the tether, you have that much oxygen before you start to suffocate. And you can see it. It's like a bar graph. It goes down as you as your time starts to run out. When you go into the storm, it turns from being a nice, happy blue into some angry, purpley stuff. The Boolean Flats is where we're at now, apparently. And this has similar research values to the starting location. It has clay. It has exo crates. Nowhere to blow them up yet, but the crates are there. The clay is there. Not that we're short on clay. We've been making it on demand or as needed in the centrifuge. Yeah, let's back out and completely change the strategy here. We'll come back down this hill and go up beside the storm rather than straight into the middle of it. There's my one dead body. here somewhere. I should see my dead body. Where is the shelter? Did I put the shelter on the... Oh, I did, it's there. I thought it was in the backpack. Okay, change of plan. We're gonna go down here. Everything's inside the walls at the moment, trying to do some inventory management, and it's not the most straightforward thing. Wait, did something go on that? No? It did. There's some carbon on there. Alright, that got it loaded back up again. Let's get the truck out of here. Whoa. so many resources being dug up during this process that are all just sort of falling away behind the truck and going unused. It's a little bit... Alright, Crow, good night, sir. Have a good one. It's probably time for me to wrap up here as well. I just want to get up next to the storm and get the field shelter set up, and then I will be calling the evening. Oh, what is that? That's lithium. I'm going to need some of that. That makes batteries. Oh, we hit the really hard rock. The drill is struggling with the really hard rock. Struggling but not failing. No! Oh, it was titanite, not lithium. Titanite, the raw material behind titanium. Alright, I think it's time to put the paver on. let's get a field shelter set up. Saved. So now we should be safe. To go and do some stuff in there without risking death. So I'm going to leave it at that. Not going to jump into getting the storm data out tonight. We'll pick that up tomorrow. It is 20 to 10, but we're going to tomorrow. What we're going to do, Alicia, remind me. You won't need to remind me. This will be straightforward. We're going to drive this truck into the storm, and then we're going to drop the very back trailer off. And leave it in the storm to collect data. Oh, one more turn. I'd stop it. I've said I'm done, and I'm done. I am done. Let's get into here. There you go. That's a save, automatic save, and I'm going to save and quit. All right, that is me out of here. What do we think about the new look? Let me know. I will be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock-ish Central Daylight Time. You all have a fantastic rest of your evening. Don't forget to hug your loved ones and stay curious. Good night.